Good morning, everyone. The topic for today's presentation is nutrition in animals. Now, as we all know, that why nutrition is necessary, why it is required, because see, it gives us nourishment to carry out our day-to-day life activities. We eat food to gain nourishment. Similarly, human beings and plants or animals, they also want nourishment. Fine. Animals also require nourishment and nutrition, and we get it from the food. So today we will be studying that how this process of digestion takes place in human beings. What are the organs that is actually responsible for the process of digestion? So first of all, we will study how does this nutrition takes place in human beings. For that, the very first process is ingestion. So what is ingestion? When the food we are ingesting it from the buccal cavity, that is termed as ingestion. Okay, buccal cavity comprises of tongue, teeth, etc. So the ingested ingestion means what? The intake of the food through the mouth is termed as ingestion. Second point is digestion. Now, whatever food which we have eaten, it has been digested in our system. How does this process of digestion takes place? So, the ingested food, it has been swallowed and it enters the alimentary canal. What is digestion? Again, digestion is the mechanical and complex breakdown of the food into simpler substances is termed to be known as digestion. Okay, so the substances have been absorbed in the cells. The very third process is absorption. Now let us see how the process of absorption takes place. So in the case of absorption, whatever food that is being digested, it is being taken up by the cells of the intestinal walls. And this is then being carried out to all the cells of the body via the blood vessels. So we know that whatever food which we have eaten, it is being digested and it has been absorbed. Until unless it is not been absorbed by the cells, so we are not going to gain energy, right? So this process or this step is really very important because the food is being absorbed by the cells of the intestinal wall. Then the fourth process is termed as assimilation. Now let us see what is assimilation. Whatever food that we have eaten and it got digested, then finally it has got absorbed also by the cells of the body via the blood vessels. The fourth step is assimilation. So we gain energy. Okay, so the gaining of the energy is termed as assimilation. The absorbed food, it is being stored or used up by the body, and that is being used to generate energy and growth. That is termed as assimilation. The last step is addition. Okay, so there are times when we don't require much food in our systems, and these are the undigested food that is being still present in the body. So that needs to be eliminated out. If it is not eliminated out, we can gain a lot of weight also. Apart from that, we can have lots and lots of health issues, right? So the undigested food or the food which is not much required by the body is being then removed from our systems, from the system of human beings, animals, etc., through the process termed as addition. Okay, so the undigested food, it's a waste product, and it is being removed from the body in the last stage by the process termed as addition. So today we have studied all these 5 steps. The very first starts from ingestion, that is straight from the buccal cavity, which comprises of the teeth and the tongue. Second process is digestion. Okay, so the food which we are eating, it gets digested in our body through the alimentary canal. And what is digestion? It is basically the breakdown of the complex substances into the simpler substances. That means there are certain digestive juices also present in the stomach. Okay, that basically helps in the process of digestion. We will be studying in the next classes. The very third thing which we have learned today is about absorption. So again, whatever food that is being digested, it is being absorbed by the cells of the intestinal wall through via the blood vessels. That is absorption. Now the very fourth thing, which is assimilation. So what is happening in assimilation? The food which is being absorbed by the body is basically giving us that energy and growth to carry out our day-to-day life activities. That is termed as assimilation. And lastly, we will be speaking about addition. So whatever food which we have taken in the system, it is now not required much by the system. It's like the undigested food, the leftover thing, which the body and its cells has not absorbed, and we are not gaining anything, we are not gaining energy, that is being removed from our system. That is termed to be addition. Okay, so this is the last and the final stage of the process of digestion. Now let us study in depth about ingestion. How does this process of ingestion takes place? So the process of ingestion takes place through the mouth only, with the help of the teeth and the tongue. Now what is the role of tongue? Let us see. Tongue basically mixes the chewed food. Tongue is basically mixing up the chewed food. Okay, so over here we can see that there is a complete system. Okay, in the diagram there is a tongue given, there is diaphragm, gallbladder, bile duct, pancreas, appendix. Okay, esophagus is also there. That is, the other name of esophagus is food pipe. So suppose, if we are eating, and sometimes if it makes its way to the windpipe, so we get hiccups. Okay, it's very common and natural. People get hiccups because if they're eating the food very fast, so it doesn't go into the food pipe, it makes its way to the windpipe. Because of that, the air couldn't pass through, and immediately we get the hiccups. Okay, so the other name of esophagus is basically, we can say, the food pipe, right? So now when you talk about this, so the food is basically been ingested in the mouth with the help of the teeth and the tongue, and tongue mixes the chewed food with the saliva. Okay, we get the taste of different foods because the saliva is being present in the mouth, right? If we eat bread, okay, or if we can be able to differentiate between the different tastes also, because there is saliva that is being present. So it mixes the chewed food with the saliva, then finally it makes it way to the buccal cavity. Finally, we are having esophagus. Now, what is the function of esophagus? Esophagus, it is also termed as to be the food pipe, and it helps to push down the food into the system. Right. Then the very third thing which we will be learning today is about stomach. Now, stomach, you should be knowing that stomach basically comprises of, we can say, the dilute hydrochloric acids, digestive juices, gastric mucosa, and these things are basically responsible to kill the harmful microorganisms that enters our body, that enters our system. So dilute hydrochloric acid has a significant role to play, right? Because what is it doing? It is actually killing the microbes that are being present. And sometimes, your parents must be telling you all, and it has always been told by the elders, that we should not take lots and lots of tea and coffee, maybe like 2 to 3 cups a day. It is not good for our health, because what is happening, it leads to acidity. We all know that, through by nature only dilute hydrochloric acid is present in our stomach. And if you are going to intake highly acidic drinks and all, definitely the concentration of the dilute hydrochloric acid will increase in our stomach, which can lead to acidity problems, okay, gastric issues, etc. So hence it is like, always told to take such drinks which are highly acidic in the nature in moderate amounts. Okay, so after the stomach, then finally we are having liver. Now, liver basically is actually producing bile juice. Now, this bile juice is helping in the digestion of fat. So, if you are having any food which is high in fats, like for example, any non-veg items you are having, pizza, burger, etc., so this basically helps the liver in control, because it is producing the bile juice. Okay, that helps in the digestion of fats. Finally, we are also having pancreas. Just after liver, we are having pancreas. Now, pancreas, they are actually secreting out the pancreatic juices. Now, what is the role of this pancreatic juice? We will see that the pancreatic juice is basically, is helping us in digestion. Okay, can we see over here in this diagram? After liver, we are having this pancreas. So this pancreas is basically, it is actually secreting out this pancreatic juice, which helps in the digestion. Finally, we are having small intestine. Now again, whatever bile juice that was being secreted out by the liver, okay, this small intestine is actually, the bile juice that has been present, it is helping in the breakdown of the various fats in the food that is being present in the small intestine. So that was all about the different processes that takes place in the human beings, right from the buccal cavity, okay, after the buccal cavity we are having esophagus, that is the food, right? Then we are having stomach, okay, where we can say the process of there are different juices that has been present, okay, digestive juices, gastric mucosa, dilute hydrochloric acid, which are actually, you know, important because there can be germs in our body, okay, because sometimes we eat the street food also, okay, we can infuse anything in our system, right? Sometimes the quality of the water which we are drinking is not good, so it is not every time that we are going to catch fire because we are having good immunity, okay. Since there is some naturally also certain we can say chemicals are also being present in our body that is actually fighting for us, right? But suppose if the concentration is very high, or if we are not having a balanced diet, okay, or if our immunity is low, so there are high chances we can get some viral infections, etc. Okay, so the cleaning of the stomach is also very, very important at that time. Then we also have this liver. Okay, so liver is producing what? Bile juice that helps in the digestion of fats. Again, children, we should not, eat too much like, you know, certain foods that are very much rich in fats, because definitely that can also leads to the damage of the liver. Okay, you must have observed, or you must have be known like about the fatty liver. Okay, this is now very common, okay, among the youngsters, also among the age group of few people, okay, who are teenagers and also fatty liver is very much common nowadays. Why is it so? Because we are actually having certain food which are rich in fats, okay, high in calories. Because of this, definitely it is affecting the digestion. Liver is basically, you know, responsible for the secretion of the bile juice. But now if you are going to take the fatty foods every day on everyday basis, excessive of fatty foods leads to the damage of the liver, okay, and it is not going to help us in the digestion of fats. Then finally we will be also studying about the pancreas. Okay, so pancreas, again, it is actually leading to the pancreatic juices that also aids in digestion. And finally we have also studied about the small intestine. So I hope this is clear about the digestion in human beings and how this process of digestion takes place, okay, and what are the organs that have been responsible for the digestion. In the next class we will be recording about the digestion in the ruminants. Thank you.